Salute. Welcome in. Welcome in. Salute to round 105. Little Chris girl, salute. If you're in the IBFP, go ahead and hit the like button, and we're going to be honest and objective about it. We got to be real. No one wants to be great. No one wants to be great. And let me explain to you what I mean by that. You get all these guys out here saying they want to be the best, saying they want to be the best. And none of them wants to be great. And we're going to go down and just be honest about it. And now the first thing we're going to do is, if you're in your feelings and you're sensitive about what you hear and in boxing, then this is not the Raw for you. Go back to our regular videos. This is not for that. If you want the truth, you want raw and uncut, stay tuned, and I'm going to give it to you. Because your landlord is here. So let's just get it. And let me explain to you. This is how bad it is. When Adrian Broner wants to be great more than Keith Thurman. You don't hear me. When Adrian Broner wants to be great more than Errol Spence Jr. You don't understand. It's disgusting when Adrian Broner wants to be great more than Jamal Tune-Up Charlo. It's disgusting when none of these dudes want to be great. Let's be honest and unbiased. These guys do not want to be great. They do not want to be great. Jamal Charlo said, hold on, we got a fanboy. Mr. That NY Kid says, why do you stay hating on Spence, fam? And I'm not going to roast you. I'm just going to clear this up. Name one thing I've ever said to hate on Errol Spence. Here's your moment to shine. Here's your moment to shine. Name one thing I've ever said to hate on Errol Spence. And if you can't name one thing, you're getting bodied. You're getting bodied. Jamal Charlo came out recently and says that he wants to fight Canelo Alvarez. What are you talking about, Charlo? You turned down an offer. You've already turned down an offer. How do you want to be great? How do you want to be great? These guys don't want to be great. If Errol Spence wanted to be great, then he would have turned around and fought Terrence Bud Crawford last year. He wouldn't have been forced to do it. He would have already fought him. If you want to be great. Now, Mr. That NY Kid said you always discredit everything he does. What I do is I tell the truth. See, his win over Sean Porter was a robbery. He should have knocked out Mikey Garcia, and he beat a weight-drained Kell Brook coming off a knockout loss. Those are facts. If you don't understand or can't accept facts or can't comprehend them, then that's why I'm here to break them down for you. Those are facts. And look, we got to be honest. We got to be honest. We got to be honest. These guys don't want to be great. They don't want to be great. Lemon 26, my brother, says, I disagree that Plant Duck Canelo is planning to fight Benavidez, but I heard some rumors that Saunders and Canelo is almost a done deal. Now, the only thing I'll say to this is this. If you want to be great, you take that challenge. Caleb Plant is 27 years old. He's fought nothing but tomato cans his entire career. The only top 10 fighter he's ever fought was Jose Uzcategui. And the last two fights he fought were straight up bum bashes. You should have took that fight. You should, if you want to be great at 27 years old, Andy Ruiz wanted to be great, and he became the first Mexican-American world champion in boxing history. You got to be honest and unbiased. You got to be honest and unbiased. He said, what has Terrence Crawford done at welterweight? Terrence Crawford has beat literally every single welterweight he's faced by knockout. He went and got the belt that Manny Pacquiao left on the table with Jeff Horn. What are you talking about? He wanted to fight and called out all of your favorite fighters. Errol Spence won't even step in the ring. These guys don't want to be great. Before Errol Spence went out with a car crash, this dude was talking about fighting, Danny Garcia with no belt. Danny Garcia, who's already lost to Keith Thurman and Sean Porter. What does that do for you? These guys don't want to be great. These guys don't want to be great. Absolutely, Boxing Monster Plant needs more beauty sleep time before he fight again. Here's the thing. We don't call him sweet hands. We call him sweet cheeks because that's the type of behaviors that these guys are having. These guys don't want to step up and be great. Who want to step up to the plate and knock out the boogeyman? No, who's trying to fight Anthony Joshua? Deontay Wilder is talking about before he fought, before Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua fought the initial fight, he turns around and says, look, me and Andy Ruiz is going to be next if he beats, Anthony Joshua. Soon as AJ gets the belt back, Wilder said, looks like the fight's never going to happen. That guy's an absolute coward. Deontay Wilder in 40-plus fights has never unified. He does not want to be great. He had a chance to fight Vladimir Klitschko. He passed. He had a chance to unify with Joseph Parker. He passed. He had a chance to unify with Charles Martin. He passed. Errol Spence Jr. had chance after chance after chance to beat Strap Season and fight Terrence Bud Crawford, and he passed. This dude out here does not want to be great. Jermall Charlo turned down an opportunity at Canelo Alvarez. The WBC didn't have to make him a mandatory for Jermall Charlo. They offered him the fight, and he turned it down. He does not want to be great. These guys, we live in an era where these guys are paper champs. These guys are trying to win popularity contests. These guys want to wear choker chains and nose rings, and none of these guys want to step up to the plate and be great. These guys are garbage truck juice. That's what these guys are. That's what these guys are. And this guy says, Terrence Crawford, biggest win is Amir Khan. Hold on. If you have a problem with the level of competition that Terrence Crawford is facing, then you need to get off of Errol Spence Jr.'s you-know-what. And stop hopping lap to lap and pay attention. He's been trying to fight your favorite fighter this whole time. Your guy won't even pull his panties down and sign the contract. Slap yourself for being stupid. Slap yourself for being stupid. These guys do not want to be great. We're talking about fighters that hold a standard, that want to be great. Gervonta Cheeseburger Davis does not want to be great. And hold up. We got one of the realest in the building. Mr. 214 IOTBA, salute to you, my brother. Gervonta Stank Davis does not want to be great. If he want to be great, then why did Gervonta Davis call out Josh Taylor? Never fought him. Why did he call out Vasyl Lomachenko? Never fought him. He calls out, Ryan Garcia. Never fought him. When does he want to be? He's the A side, right? Tank Davis, the A side. He's a big pay-per-view superstar is what they say. Then how many contracts is he sending? Anthony Joshua sends contracts. Canelo Alvarez sends contracts. These guys do not want to be great. These guys don't want to be great. Gervonta Cheeseburger Davis does not want to be great. They just simply don't want it. They don't want it. Hold on, we got a question here from my brother Jonathan Solis. He says, Nuke, how do you feel about biased ego saying Wilder is the face of boxing? Deontay, the bum slayer Wilder is not even the face of the PBC. That's Errol, the weight bully Spence. Let's be honest and unbiased. These guys don't want to be real about the situation, but I'm going to be real. If you're in your feelings, this is not the episode for you. Step out of the chat and go drink some sweet tea because this ain't for you. This is where we're going to get real. Errol Spence don't want to be great. Tell me who wants to be great. I want fighters that want to be great. I respect Demetrius Andre at this point because it looks like he's wanting those fights. He hasn't turned down a Canelo opportunity, but Demetrius Andre has turned down Sergey Deverenchenko in the past. Jermell Charlo. I want fighters who don't turn down the smoke. I want fighters who want to be great. And there's 3 fighters right now that want to be great, that wants all the smoke. That's Canelo Alvarez. That's Anthony Joshua. And that's Terrence Bud Crawford. And you know what? I'm even going a step further, and I'm going to say Vasyl Lomachenko wants all the smoke too. Because you can say what you want about Lomachenko, but Lomachenko keeps asking for the smoke. They asked him about Devin Haney. He said, I'll fight Devin Haney. That's a good fight. That's a good fight. So you know what? All of these guys want to be great. These other dudes, they don't want to be great. Canelo moved up weight classes. Anthony Joshua's fighting everybody that you put in front of him. Terrence Bud Crawford will fight anybody in the welterweight division with a strap. He wants a name. He offered to fight to Danny Garcia. He was calling out Shawn Porter before Shawn Porter had a belt. These guys don't want to be great. These guys don't want to be great. Name a fighter that wants to be great, because Errol Spence, not great. He doesn't want to be great. You got basically a middleweight fighting at welterweight, claiming that it's strap season, but you're fighting Mikey Garcia, and you want to rematch Shawn Porter with no belt, but you don't want to take on a guy like Terrence Bud Crawford right away. You're lining up a fight literally before you got into an accident to fight Danny Garcia? Danny Garcia? Who? Danny Garcia who has no belt and no top wins? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? The voice of God Boxing says Terrence Crawford won't fight Porter and lowballed Garcia. Terrence Crawford called out Shawn Porter when he had a belt, stupid. And he didn't lowball Danny Garcia, who hasn't made more than $1 million. But then Terrence Crawford offers him 3+ pay-per-view upside. Check your facts. See, that's the problem with fanboys. They have no facts. This is why you got to stop listening to biased boxing ego who sits in his mama's basement begging for super chats. You got to come to the landlord. That's why I can tell you the truth. That's the problem. It's okay. I don't mind educating stupid people. In Voice of God Boxing, you are an idiot. And I love to educate idiots. And that's what I do. I am not only your landlord, I am your teacher, because you are too stupid to follow the facts. Let's be honest and unbiased. Terrence Crawford wants to be great. Canelo Alvarez wants to be great. Anthony Joshua wants to be great. These guys want to be great. We got to be honest and unbiased about it. I'm not going to play with these guys. These guys don't want to be great. Who wants to be great? Who wants to be great? Jamal Charlo doesn't want to be great. He just does not want to be great. He doesn't want it. I'll tell you who else wants to be great. Teofimo Lopez. That guy wants to be great. He's already, not only did he call out Loma, he put in all of the work to get Lomachenko to get the belt and to step up to the fight. Win, lose, or draw, Teofimo Lopez wants to be great. Let's be honest and unbiased. Let's be honest and unbiased. Teofimo Lopez wants to be great. And who else wants to be great? Who else is trying to get all the real smoke and truly wants to be great? Virgil Ortiz wants to be great. How do I know Virgil wants to be great? He's already calling for a Keith Thurman fight, a Danny Garcia fight. He needs that big name, and he's asking for it. The PBC, none of these cowards want to be great. None of these cowards want to be great. Devin Haney want to smoke? I don't know. It looks like Devin Haney's clout chasing. And the only reason I say that is he's calling out Mikey Garcia when Mikey's already booked. He's calling out, Ryan Garcia when we already know Ryan Garcia is looking at a fight against Jorge Linares. So Devin Haney's doing the right thing. He's a young fighter trying to build his brand. I have no problem with that. But I don't think he truly wants these fights next because he know these guys are booked. So you got to be honest and unbiased about it. You got to be honest. I want fighters who want to be great. Win, lose, or draw. Teofimo wants to be great. And hold up, this is the one person I've never heard Devin Haney call out Teofimo Lopez. I've never heard Devin Haney say he wanted Teofimo smoke, but I've heard Bud Crawford say that he wants all of the welterweight champions. He wants all of the welterweight champions. Canelo Alvarez says he wants nothing but champions. How many fights have Canelo been fighting again and again and again, champion after champion? This dude's moving up in weight, taking titles from big guys. What are we talking about? Anthony Joshua says he wants to be undisputed. What are we talking about? These guys want to be great. Teofimo is out here knocking out Richard Comey. A Richard Comey everybody said would be a 50-50 fight. A Richard Comey everybody said he would struggle with. He wants to be great. These guys from the PBC don't want to be great. Let's be honest and unbiased. I like fighters, whether you win or lose. If you want to be great, I can respect that. I can respect that. I really can. It looked like to me Devin Haney was trying to clout chase off Ryan Garcia's moment. That's what it looked like because he knew Garcia had Linares lined up. But these guys don't want to be absolutely. Shakur Stevenson wants to be great. I've never seen a young fighter like Shakur Stevenson at the bat wants all the smoke. David Benavidez wants to be great. Oslander Usyk wants to be great. These guys want to fight the best. These guys are not turning down contracts. These guys want to be great. This is what I like, a fighter that wants to be great. Don't give me these garbage truck juice fighters. And you know what? You got to stop lying to the people. When you see a guy in his mama's basement with fuzzy slippers on, begging for rent money, he's not going to be honest. He's not going to be honest. You know what I mean? These guys do not want to be great. You got to understand, an idiot like this who won't even put his own picture up, who will put another man's picture up, and who wants to come in here and tell me he's supporting a fighter. You support Errol Spence, a fighter who doesn't want to be great, a fighter who dances in the club with another man. This dude is doing the Dougie with another man in the club, and you sit up here applauding. That tells me the type of dude you are, because you know you support dudes who don't want to be great. For all I know, you in the club dancing with another man. These guys don't want to be great. They just simply don't want to be great. I only support people that are about greatness, that want to achieve greatness. They said, oh, you're a fanboy of AJ. You're a fanboy of Canelo. You're a fanboy of Bud. I'm not a fanboy of those guys. I'm a fanboy of greatness. I want to see greatness. If Canelo gets a massive offer for Jamal Charlo, I'm going to call him on it and he turns it down. Charlo don't have no money. He don't have no money. He spent all his money on choker chains. These guys don't want to be great. Let's be honest and unbiased. We're supporting fighters that want to be great. Come on now. Come on now. We need fighters that want to be great, that wants all the smoke, that's trying to get all the best smoke. That's the fighters that we like. That's the fighters that we support. You know, who's going to step up? Is it going to be Callum Smith? Is it going to be Callum Smith? Is it going to be Billy Joe? One of these guys got to step up and accept the Canelo Alvarez smoke. I've been hearing rumors one day about, Callum Smith. I've heard a minute about Billy Joe. It really don't even matter who steps up. Here's the problem. One of those guys aren't going to get the fight. And that immediately makes the other guy stupid for turning it down in the first place. You get a career high payday and a chance at greatness. You never know if it's your night. If you put in the work, you should be confident in your skills and abilities to go and be great. Don't call another man's name and turn the contract down. You don't want to be great. You don't want to be great. You don't want to be great. Look at this guy. He's just sitting up here still talking trash. The voice of God boxing is the type of dude that go and close the refrigerator door with his hips. That's the type of dude. You close the refrigerator door with your hips. That's the kind of guy you are. Your woman don't do it. You do it. See, these guys don't want to be great. They don't want to be great. I want somebody like Teofimo Lopez, wants to be great, wants to Loma smoke, go get some belt and go gets that work. Anthony Joshua, he didn't take a fight off. He went right back and fought Andy Ruiz. They said, no, that's crazy. He went right back and got that smoke and got his belt back from Andy Ruiz, proved all the doubters wrong. Terrence Bud Crawford knocked out everybody at 147 that was man enough to sign a contract and step in. Danny Garcia turned it down. He didn't want to be great. Keith Thurman won't even look at him. He see Terrence Crawford, he crossed the street. Any man with a ponytail closing the refrigerator door with his hips can't be respected. Keith Thurman, you don't want to be great. What are we talking about? What are we talking? We only respect people who wants to be great. Only respect people who wants to be great. I don't respect all these other dudes out here that are claiming they want to smoke, but then turn it down. Caleb Plant is 27 years old, straight off of 2 bum bashes, glorified sparring session, talking about I need more recovery. What are you talking about? You've never had a hard fight in your life, and you won't take this Canelo payday and a chance at greatness? These guys don't want to be great. Dillian White, he wants to be great. He wants to be great. Whether you like Dillian White or not, the guy wants to be great. He wants all the smoke. I respect Dillian White. Anybody that's asking for the smoke again and again and again, that's trying to go get these fights, trying to get this done, I respect you. They want to be great. The only thing Tank Davis want to be great at is a buffet bar, eating chips and salsa. That's what he want to be great at. He don't want to be great in the ring. This guy is the type of dude to move up in weight and still struggle making weight. You need the commission to give you 2 hours to try to make weight. You don't want to be great. You don't want to be great. Greatness means putting in work in and off of camera. You don't put in work just when you're on camera, just when you're being watched. You put in work on your own. Errol Spence doesn't want to be great. This is a guy that's constantly losing 25 to 30 pounds before every fight. That's not being great. You're not managing your weight. These guys don't want to be great. These guys, the only thing Errol Spence want to be great at is a bottle of cognac. These guys don't want to be great. His name is not Caleb Sweethand Plant. It's Caleb Softhands Plant. It took you 10 rounds to knock out a bum. Come on, dude. You need to try to be great. Where is the greatness? I need somebody to come out here and try to be great. You got to name the top fighters. Dillian White, Anthony Joshua, Canelo Alvarez, Virgil Ortiz. These guys are all trying to get that work. All trying to get that work. All trying to get that work. Hold on, we got another fanboy said, what are you going to say when Wilder folds Fury this weekend? So everybody listen up. If Deontay Wilder knocks out Tyson Fury, he says, what am I going to say? What I'm going to say is they're 1-1. Fury 1-1, then Wilder 1-1. They're 1-1. They would need a trilogy to end it. That's what they would need. Because Fury won the first one. Fury won the first one. That's all it is. Fury won the first one. So whether Fury wins, loses, or draws, he won the first one. He won the first one. So it really don't matter. Wilder's already been exposed. He's already been exposed. That's what I'm talking about. He's already been exposed. But you know what? If I had to root for anybody, and I don't like to pick sides, but if I had to root, at least I would want to see Fury win simply because we could get undisputed. With a coward like Deontay Wilder who doesn't want to be great, you're not going to see undisputed. You're not going to see it. These guys don't want to be great. It may have rolled in the back of his head, but he was up on his feet before the 10 count, sir. He won the fight. And you don't want to be great because you don't even want to tell the truth. These guys don't want to tell the truth. How did Wilder lose? Okay, these guys are not understanding boxing. When you lose 10 rounds, you lose 10 out of 12, you lost the fight. You're welcome. This is why the landlord has to explain for these casual fans. When you lose 10 rounds, you lost the fight. When you lose 10 rounds, you lost the fight. That's what you're doing. These guys don't want to be great. And you better not let Tyson Fury knock out Deontay Wilder. He better not get knocked out. That would be sad. That would be sad. That would be sad. Caleb Plant, he don't want to be great. If he wanted to be great, he would have stepped up and got that work. He didn't step up. He didn't get that work. He didn't want the work. He ran away from the work. You're 27 years old fighting bum bashes, and that's it. That's it. Come on now. You don't want to be great. Don't ever call out Canelo Alvarez if you're Caleb Plant again. Don't ever call out Canelo Alvarez if you're, if you're Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo's asking, he's clout chasing Canelo Alvarez a few weeks after he was already exposed for turning the fight down. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? These guys don't want to be great. Hey, they don't want to be great. If you want to be great and you're a real, some fighters, back in the day, fight 3-4 times a year. And these dudes beating up on tomato cans, and they don't want to be great. They don't want to be great. Caleb, Sweet Cheeks, Plant. These guys don't want to be great. We only like fighters that want to be great, that want to smoke. AJ want to smoke. Win, lose, or draw. I support guys who want to be great. AJ won it. Canelo won it. Teofimo won it. Dillian White wants it. These guys are always asking for it. These guys are always trying to get it. Everybody else is just clout chasing. Clout chasing. They are simply clout chasing greatness. But they don't want it. Errol Spence don't want greatness. If he wanted greatness, he would have been and fought Bud Crawford. He would have been him. So Errol Spence said he don't need no tune-ups. He said he don't need no tune-ups. So if you don't need no tune-ups and you're trying to take on a world champion and Manny Pacquiao next, if he doesn't get the Manny Pacquiao fight, should he be trying to fight Terrence Crawford? He said he don't need a tune-up. Then that shows he wants to be great. But he's not going to do it. He's going to take the easy route. See, you guys got to forget. You can't forget that. You already know it. You already know it. These guys don't want to be great. Caleb Plant, if he truly wanted to be great, he would have took the fight. He would have took the fight. There was no other way. He would have took the fight. There's no way. Caleb Soft Hands Plant does not want to be great. This dude said Errol Spence will beat Canelo. After you struggled and went life and death with Sean Porter, just don't even need a reply. Canelo walks down and stops Spence in 6 rounds. I can't even take you serious anymore. You done lost all your credibility. Let me find out this is Boxing Ego's troll account, because you're not making sense. You're not making sense. You're not making sense. At the end of the day, these guys don't want to be great. I mean, Caleb Plant is knocking out a Pizza Hut delivery driver, and you're talking about you need more rest. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Caleb overworked Plant? You mean underworked Plant? Come on now. Look at Soldier for God. Mike Tyson fought 15 times in 1 year. And here's the worst part about Caleb Plant. He fought twice back-to-back within 2 months in 2016. So you were already did it, but you wouldn't do it when Canelo offers you a chance at greatness and a career-high payday. These guys don't want to be great. And not only that, and here's the problem with fanboys that don't understand boxing. Caleb Plant would have still had a height advantage. He would have still had a reach advantage. He would have still had an advantage of being acclimated to 168. Canelo's coming down in weight, and Caleb Plant is already there. He's already fresh. He's already ready. We already know. We already know. We already know. We already know. If Caleb Plant wanted to smoke and wanted to be great, he would have took that work. He didn't want it. He does not want it. Anybody that says otherwise is a fanboy. You got to be honest and unbiased. If he wanted to be great, he would have taken it. He didn't want it. That's all it was. And we already know it was either, and his daddy, Al Heyman, probably did the same thing. Probably told him, hey, you don't need to take this smoke. I need you to get knocked out by David Benavidez on pay-per-view. You don't need to get knocked out on the zone. Well, I don't make no money. That's what his daddy telling him. That's what his daddy telling him. You got to be honest and unbiased. You got to be honest and unbiased. Come on now. Hold up. Mando Solo said you're overrating Canelo too much, bro. He's too small. All the chaos at 168 and 175 are young and dangerous. I think they smoke Canelo. And that's fine. You can have that opinion, Mando. I don't have no problem with somebody believing that. But the only way to understand it is tell them to sign the contract and they can get to work. Tell them to sign it. Callum Smith had a chance and he didn't sign it. Billy Joe had a chance and he didn't sign it. So you can believe all you want. But until these jokers step up and want to be great, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. The same Callum Smith that arguably lost to John Ryder, the same Billy Joe Saunders who struggled with a taxi cab driver, the same Caleb Sweethand Plant that was been fighting two grocery store clerks. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? And Canelo Alvarez doesn't campaign at 175. He did. That was a one-off fight. He seriously said he fights at 168 and 160. These guys don't want to be great. And if Canelo's too small, why'd he knock out Sergey Kovalev? If he's too small, why'd he back up a Danny Jacobs who was bigger than a light heavyweight the day that they fought? This dude was scared to engage. We got to be honest and unbiased. These guys don't want to be great. They don't want to be great. I'm a fanboy of greatness, Bayern. I'm a fanboy of greatness. Give me a fact that we can debate it. See, these guys, they want to support nonsense. They don't want to support greatness. They don't want to support somebody. See, if it was Floyd moving up in weight, they would be saying, oh, this guy's amazing. If it was Errol Spence moving up in weight, oh, he's amazing. But since it's Canelo Alvarez doing it, he don't get no credit. I keep the same energy for everybody. I keep it for Bud Crawford moving up in weight, showing that he's a beast. I keep the same energy for Anthony Joshua sending a contract to Deontay Wilder, 120. That's greatness. These guys want to be great. These guys want to be great. These guys really want to be great. I don't want to deal with nobody that does not want to be great. I just don't. Anthony Joshua sent this man 120 plus M's, and he's got the nerve to say no. He got the nerve to say no and then turn around and fight Luis Ortiz. Come on now. These guys right here don't want it. These guys don't want the truth. Gervonta Stank Cheeseburger Davis does not want to be great. He don't want to be great. Gervonta Stank Cheeseburger Davis want to be great at the buffet line. That's where he want to be great at. We only support greatness. We only support smoke. We only support that real. That's what we support. We support greatness. We support the real. Anybody out here turning down contracts, running away from greatness, you run away from a career high payday and a chance at being pound for pound number one, you don't want to be great. And I don't care what nobody say about it. That's honest and unbiased.